Next up, it's Justin Pipe against Paul Nicholson here as the third round continues at the German Darts Championships. And Justin Pipe beating Richie Burnett 6-3 on Friday night. And then overcoming Brendan Dolan 6-2. Winning it on a 1-3-6 checkout did Justin that game. Paul Nicholson, he made a bit hard work of beating Stuart Kellett. He was 4-0 up at one point and then just was in danger of letting Kellett back in, but did get over the line to win 6-5, and afterwards said that he was a little bit frustrated with himself as to the way that he had allowed Stuart to get back into the game. And I think Rod Harrington, Paul Nicholson, as we keep saying, will just need to play the board, play his own game. He's maybe a lot cooler and a lot calmer than he was when he first burst onto the scene, Paul Nicholson, when he had that bad boy image, but he'll need to make sure that he doesn't get frustrated or bored standing at the back of the stage waiting for Justin to throw.
Yeah, I mean, everyone keeps talking about how slow Justin is. He isn't that slow. If you took how many seconds he took to throw a dart and you took, say, Phil Taylor, there really isn't a lot of difference. So you just walk back a little bit anyway. It's his preparation before he throws the first one that may be a little bit slower. But Paul's not the quickest of throwers in the game. But I think Paul at times overthinks the game. He tries to make the game too intelligent than it actually is. You know, at the end of the day, you pick this lump of metal up and you throw it at the wall. You know, and sometimes that's what you've got to break it down to. Break it down to basics. Don't complicate it. And, you know, if Paul does that, I mean, he's a superb dart player. But at times I just think he's expected too much out of himself. And that's cut down on his consistency a little bit.
So the right to play John Part in the quarterfinals this evening. Here's the prize here for either Justin Pipe or Paul Nicholson. Paul Nicholson, the Geordie via Australia, now living in Corby in Northamptonshire, up against the man from Taunton in Somerset.
43. For those of you who didn't know a little thing about Justin Pipe, he's done a bit of cage fighting.
Yes, wouldn't want to mess with Justin.
Well, if he says it's Saturday, isn't it?
And we sometimes see some of his moves on the stage when he wins a game.
I actually taught him that spin.
Well, if Justin wins this competition tonight and you go down to hand out the prizes, we'll get you to demonstrate, Rod, live on YouTube.
Well, I certainly won't upset Justin, that's for sure, because I can't even run away nowadays with my knees. So, but you know, I've said it so many times, I think people tend to forget how good a dart player this bloke is. He's won loads of tour events and you've got to play brilliant to win them. And because of his slowness, a lot of people think that that's the thing that beats his opponent. It's not. He beats his opponent because he's actually a brilliant dart player. It was a bit like Dennis Priestley. You know, everybody said, you know, how slow Dennis was, but Dennis, the old fella up there in Yorkshire, I don't think he'll be listening to it. He'll be laying on the settee watching the racing, I think. But another one of the legends of the game.
The last time these two met was at a Players' Championship event in Barnsley last year. Paul beating Justin 6-3 that time in a last 32 encounter. They did meet in a Players' Championship final in Spain back in early 2012. Justin whitewashing Paul on that occasion, 6-0.
Well, certainly Paul's in a better place, his mindset, than he was around this time last year, leading into the World Match Play. As I said, I felt he was just making things too complicated. A lot of people pass comment and have a little chat with him, and everyone's got their own take on what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And of course, I don't think that helps anyway. But he is in a better place now, playing a lot better darts as Pipe wanted double top. So a chance here for Nicholson. Third dart probably going to be at that bullseye. But I'd love to see this one go in the treble 20. Oh, no, he's plumb now. He's going to go for those 14s. If he hits the treble 14, well, he hasn't even gone for the treble 14. Now the bullseye. Oh, unbelievable from Paul Nicholson. He didn't even contemplate going for the treble 14. He weren't going to toy with missing the big number. And that was a big, big 14 and a lovely bullseye to take that first leg.
And just maybe a sign of how confident he's feeling by the way he took out that shot.
Well, it's interesting, Mike, because, you know, you go for that treble, and obviously the nearer you get to the treble and towards the bullseye on any segment, it gets a lot thinner, so you're bringing the other numbers above and below it into it. No intention of going for the treble 14. It was as big a fat 14, as we call it, that it can be.
And here he is kicking off with a maximum. Pipe broke into the world's top 10 last year, reached 6 quarter-finals. Just a sign of how well he's been playing and how well he's been progressing. Already won 5 ranking titles on the PDC. Great leg this by Nicholson.
Well, against the throw, it doesn't get much better, does it? 180, 140 right off the bat. Certainly has put the pressure on Justin Pipe here to start hitting the treble, and well, grabbing a ton does not frighten Paul Nicholson in this leg, so he's going to get at least 6 darts, possibly 9, because he's throwing first from 181.
So a possible 2-darter for Nicholson when he comes back, but Pipe putting some pressure on it with a ton 40. So for a possible 11-dart leg, Nicholson wants double 16 here.
A very nice 11-dart leg against the throw. That's what you've got to do against these top players. You've got to look at 12 and under if you want to break their throw. And Nicholson sitting very comfortable at the start of this game. The 4th game on here in Germany, the German Darts Championships. And it's every tournament is mega important, but this first one of the year, you know, it can set up the whole of your year. You know, if you, I mean, we talked about Chisholm, we talked about Peter Wright, especially coming into the Premier League on Thursday. Both had poor darts by their standards, you know, can mess up the start of the year. But certainly these players that are getting through now, especially John Part, for instance. I mean, a super performance from him, you know, that will set him up for the going into the year really well.
Yes, Nicholson looking to break back into the world's top 16. Reached a final here in Germany in Sindelfingen last year, the European Trophy. Also a Players' Championship final in Wigan. But you won't want to go anywhere. Next up, it's Raymond van Barneveld against Adrian Lewis. And the crowd here in Halle 39 in Hildesheim, they'll be looking forward to that one, as I'm sure you will be, wherever you're watching us. The final day of the German Darts Championship, the opening tournament of the PDC European Tour.
And a maximum from Justin Pipe. When we talk about maximums against the throw, that's when they're needed. That's exactly what Justin Pipe has done. And it could get himself right back in this game. Well, 70 scored, 174 left. 127. And a good return from Nicholson, and possibly 6 starts from 161. So if he doesn't take it out, set it up, put the pressure on the 107 of Nicholson.
So to open up a 3-leg lead, 107 Nicholson needs. 59. Pipe then to come to within 1 leg of his opponent early on in this third round match. So 96. Double 18 for a 116 out.
A great shot out under pressure from Justin Pipe, and it was needed. It broke the throw. If he'd have lost that, 3-0 down at 2-1. Looks a lot better than that 3-0. So he's back in the game. Still going to have to break Paul Nicholson on one more occasion if he's to win this match, because Nicholson won the throw at the beginning of the game. So that'll make Justin Pipe feel a lot better.
Good start to the 4th leg from Nicholson. We'll just be looking to keep the pressure on and keep ahead of this man, Justin Pipe.
Nicholson's got the throw already in this leg. And that's a good steady ton. It keeps him well in front. Justin Pipe now's got some work to do because he threw first in this leg. Well, I don't understand the 19s for 403. It just must be that he's not comfortable on the treble 20 at the moment, because there's nothing he can hit on the dartboard that's going to leave him a shot. The 303, yes, but not the 403. A totally different road.
Well, Nicholson will look to turn the screw here after that disappointing visit from Pipe, but doesn't really capitalise.
Well, Paul Nicholson, yeah, a little bit of a mistake. Paul Nicholson needs 201 on the board. Justin Pipe on 304, Paul Nicholson on 201. Oh, that's a good grab of a ton with the last dart. It's going to possibly give him 6 darts from 101 to take a 3-1 lead and to break straight back. There we have it. The scores are correct now. Mind you, a 180. Put the cat amongst the pigeons. That moves double 12. Oh no, double 18, sorry. Well, we see Paul Nicholson take this out in the very first leg of the match to hold on to his throw.
Treble 18 would have left the bullseye. So Nicholson will be back for the double 9. He wouldn't risk splitting it to double 8, would he, here? Well, at this stage.
I don't think anybody's hit it today yet, have they? Well, he's going to double 8. He's not going to mess around with it.
Well, that was a mile away from the double 8. Double 4. Well, that could be costly. You saw Nicholson's frustration at the back of the stage. Pipe here to take out 68. Double 16 then, to bring us all square at 2 apiece.
Well, Paul will be disappointed there because he was so far in front. Fair play to Justin Pipe, the 180 put him right back in the game. But the 2 darts at the double. And is that going to be costly for Paul Nicholson come the end of this match? Or can he put it to the back of his mind and get the job done? Justin Pipe filling the treble 20 up now. Just the dart just bounced above it, but he'll settle for that. He threw second in this leg, so it'd be a great time to break Paul Nicholson.
The winner of this will take on John Part in the second quarter-final of the evening. The evening session starting with the quarter-finals at 7 o'clock local time here, 6 o'clock if you're watching in the UK. Good cover on the treble 19 and 18 there by Pipe. Nicholson just doing a few running repairs on the darts in this 5th leg.
It just shows you how quickly a game can turn, doesn't it? I mean, Paul Nicholson, 2 darts at a double, to go 3-1 up, misses that, and then all of a sudden has not done it in this leg, and Pipe, with the confidence of that last leg, has now got the advantage to break Nicholson's throw, and it would be for the first time, and to take the lead for the first time.
So Pipe then down to a finish first and with a chance to take the lead for the first time in this match, having trailed 2-0 early on against Nicholson.
Well, he's going to get 6 darts from here, but a treble 20 leaves him the double 16. Leaves him the double 16. His eyes and head just lowers down the bottom of the board. Not a disaster, because he will return.
Nicholson really putting some pressure on. Pipe's shot.
For the first time in the match, Justin Pipe takes the lead. And Paul Nicholson there's the scar tissue of missing those 2 darts at a double, the 8s and the 4s. Still there because now advantage to Justin Pipe.
Well, close to kicking off the 6th leg with a maximum, but not quite for Pipe. And how can Nicholson respond? Trailing in this game for the first time. So it's Barney against Jackpot Lewis next, then Ronnie Baxter up against Mervyn King, Robert Thornton against Ian White, and Wayne Jones against Gary Anderson, completing our 3rd round schedule for you this afternoon.
Just to comment on the stats there, Mike, there is hardly any difference right the way across there. Very evenly matched. The first 9 dart average, they won't be happy with that. They will be looking for 110. It just means that the scoring is coming the latter end of the legs. Certainly for Justin Pipe it has done. He's hit a couple of big scores to set shots up. Well, we're well and truly on our way to the last 16 of this German Darts Championship, the Hildesheim, I should say. This is the 4th game of the afternoon. As Mike said earlier on, following this, Raymond van Barneveld against Adrian Lewis. Fast and furious. The big Dutchman's got something to prove. Felt he should have been a seed coming into here. Up against the 2-time world champion, Adrian Lewis.
So Pipe will be back for double 12 to stretch his advantage over Nicholson. Straight in, no messing. And Pipe leads the number 13 seed here in Hildesheim by 4 legs to 2 in a race to 6.
And that's 4 legs on the trot from Justin Pipe. So a lot of work now for Paul Nicholson to do. He's got to show the same character as Justin Pipe showed when he was 2-0 down. You know, it's grit and determination now. It's getting... Well, we know Justin Pipe can have a scrap. And now Paul Nicholson's got to get down and have a scrap on this dartboard.
So a big score here would put Nicholson back in the driving seat, but just struggling to find the treble with his last couple of visits, and Pipe with a great chance of going to within 1 leg of the match.
Yeah, it's certainly Pipe that's having the best on the scoring. The last 3 legs, Nicholson is not stringing any heavy scores together. And, you know, he's making it quite easy for Justin Pipe now to run away with this game. Possibly going to get 6 darts from 121 to go within one leg of a quarter-final place, which starts this evening, 7 o'clock European time, 6 o'clock back home in England.
Good last start there. Can Nicholson pull off a 1-4-1? No, he can't. So, Pipe then. 3 darts at double 12. To go to within one leg of the match and a place in the quarter-final.
Well, that dart has covered the top half, so he's got to come down to the bottom half. Got to be careful. Well, from where he was standing, he could see the top half. The camera angle, obviously different to what the player's angle is. And to be fair, the last 5 legs, he's not missed a thing, Justin Pipe. He's averaged over them last 5 legs, well over the 100 mark. And certainly a good percentage on doubles as well. So now he steps up and throws for the match.
Yes, Pipe has grown into this game and grown in confidence as Paul Nicholson has gone the other way, having gone 2-0 up. 5 legs on the spin for the man from the West Country. Now puts him at a real advantage and a real favourite to be in that quarter-final this evening against John Part.
The thing about this game of darts, Mike, is that when you're in a vulnerable position in your darts, in as much as when you're hitting them and you're in front, everything's going great. You don't do anything but just get up there and throw darts. But when you miss a few darts at a double, and someone starts to get in front of you, that's a totally different game. And when you're vulnerable, obviously that hurts you more. And this is where I personally see Paul Nicholson at the moment. If it hit that double 8 or that double 4 to go 3-1 up, I think Nicholson would have pushed on and possibly won this game. But missing them and then Justin Pipe nicking that leg, and Pipe has grown and grown and grown in stature, and he's pushed Nicholson on the back foot, and Paul just can't get off of that back foot.
And yes, the scoring that Nicholson was enjoying early on in the game, just eluding him now, the big scores really. And that's reflected in the scoreline. With Pipe looking to leave himself a decent finish. Well, 118 when he comes back. So we'll have 6 darts from there to clinch the win.
Well, early on, with Nicholson's game, it was two trebles with every visit in the first 3 or 4 legs. Now, struggling with only 1 treble, and of course, the way Justin Pipe's playing, that's not enough. Well, he's contemplating going for the treble 16 here, I think. He's done that. Just wants to set it up. He'll probably be thinking, well, 160's only taken out about once in 100 times, so I'm going to get another 3 darts and a double. But this would be perhaps the kickstart that Paul Nicholson needs. Well, he isn't going to get it now, so made it quite easy in the last few legs for Justin Pipe to be in this position.
So for a place in the last 8 of the German Darts Championship, 57 for Justin Pipe. Double top then for the match. Double 10. So a round ton for Nicholson.
The lifeline has been thrown him. Can he take advantage of it? Oh, that's a perfect dart. Oh, well, doesn't come much better than that. A brilliant check out. Now it's Justin Pipe that's had the 2 darts of the double, and Paul Nicholson's nicked the leg. Perhaps it's Nicholson now that can get on this run. Perhaps that'll get him fired up a bit.
Well, we saw he almost threw it away against Stuart Kellett last night, our last match in the second round, where, again, Paul Nicholson got a lead up and then allowed Kellett back in before getting over the line, but he's really let Pipe run away with it here this afternoon. But reducing the arrears to just 2 legs. Is that the spark that Nicholson needs to claw his way back into the game? Could we be going all the way for another 11-leg decider?
I just think that Paul needs to G himself up more. This calm person that he tries to do does not work as a dart player. You need to fire yourself up. You've got to get that adrenaline going. You've got to have a bit of aggression on the dartboard. You know, the first 3 darts of this leg was fast. You know, he threw the dart a little bit harder. Kicks off with a 140, he thinks, right, that's handy, I've got the lead, comes up there, tries to stay calm and doesn't hit anything. You know, in my opinion, he's just got to get a bit more aggressive.
Yes, the opening match of the afternoon went to the 11th and deciding leg. Michael van Gerwen beating Terry Jenkins 6-5, a cracking way to start off the afternoon. Jelle Klassen beat Wes Newton 6-4. John Part saw off Kim Hybrecht 6-2. And Part now awaits the winner of this one. Will it be Justin Pipe? Or will Paul Nicholson claw his way back for victory?
Again, a treble is found with his last dart. So he's got a bit of room in this leg. He's going to get 6 darts from 140. Also, the next leg, if Paul Nicholson wins this, we'll see Justin Pipe throw first. But 3 legs possibly left in this game. Paul Nicholson throws twice. Throws first, sorry, in 2 of them. Well, this will be the biggest 20 you've ever seen. It'll be up by the double top.
Pipe will look to knock off the odd to leave a 2-dart finish when he returns. Well, it's a 3-dart finish, in fact, but Nicholson has 3 darts in hand for double top to go to within 1 of Pipe. Double 10 now. Back up to double 5.
35.
And this would be a sucker punch for Nicholson if Pipe was to take out a 1-1-4 for the match.
Well, he can't go out now. That leaves him the 99. Well, that leaves him 92, so he's back up for treble 20. So Paul Nicholson's going to come back to the board. Play with darts from Justin Pipe. So not the greatest double on the dartboard, double 2, but when you need it, any double will do.
Well. 77, just composing himself, Pipe. This is for the match and a place in the quarter-finals of the German Darts Championship. So 62 left. He wants the bullseye for the match.
I don't understand that way on 77. He's had a dart at the bullseye instead of a dart at a double. My opinion, Justin, wrong way to go. You've got to go 19s. 19, 18 gives you the dart at the double top and not the bullseye. Play the percentages. As Paul Nicholson takes in the double one and finally takes the leg out. I mean, 77, you know, 45 obviously leaves you the 32. But if you hit the 15, you're only going to get that dart at the bullseye. I mean, that's crazy to me to want a dart at the bullseye instead of a dart at double top. Mervyn King does it on 80. We'll go for the treble 16 all the time instead of 20-20 double top. But for the match, that would have been as well.
Even with the 62 left, treble 10, double 16 might have been a better option than going for the ball.
Well, no, he has to go for the 12 to have that last dart at the bullseye. But what I'm saying, on the 77, you've got two options. The 57, which is the 19s, or the 45. The 45, if you don't hit a treble, you only have the dart at the bullseye. The 19 route, you get the dart of the double if you don't hit a treble. You know, and look at the size of that ball to double top. What is it, 4 or 5 times bigger, the double top?
Well, another potential huge turning point in the game. But Pipe is throwing first in this leg. Just needing this one leg for the match.
Well, the middle part of the game, especially Justin Pipe, the scoring was really high. Both players now have just dulled a bit, haven't they? Justin Pipe just praying that he's going to get over the finishing line. Starting to stray a little bit with the darts.
Yes, we saw a ton 80 from Nicholson in the second leg and 2 ton 80s in the third and fourth leg from Justin Pipe. The big scores not rattling in with quite such regularity as we get to the nervy end of this game. With Raymond van Barneveld and Adrian Lewis waiting in the wings to take the stage next. But this is better from Pipe, and this really would set things up nicely for darts to win the match.
Well, Paul Nicholson not even putting any pressure on, so Justin Pipe comes to the board to finally close this match out.
Which way do you think he'll go here then for 82?
Well, he's got to go 25 or bull. The bull gives him the double 16, the 25, then he goes 17. Well, he's missed that. So 78 now. Several options. Treble 18 is normally the option to leave the double 12. Oh, he's gone. Well, now.
68.
He's miscounted. Unless... Yes, he miscounted. He wanted 82. Hit a 4, left 78. And thought he wanted 68.
80.
However, he comes to the board still wanting a double. That double being double 7.
Well, the nerves getting to them, I think. And Justin Pipe just checking the scores. I think he can't believe
Well, that's what we thought.
he did with that last shot there.
Yeah, we thought the scores were wrong. That's why it threw us, but it didn't. And in the end, Justin Pipe takes out the double 7 after a bit of a mix-up, and he goes forward to the quarter-finals this
So, dann
season.
sind wir schnell.
Well, coming up, we
6-4
have
für
one of the
Justin.
treats of the world of dance for you. 5 times world champion Raymond van Barneveld takes on the double world champion Adrian Lewis. That'll be along in the next 5 to 10 minutes, so make sure you're comfortable at home, because it will be fast and furious.